Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with a continuation of the economic capsule that we started last week regarding some of the proposed changes in personal income taxes as we saw last week. Well, this time we're going to follow that reality check with the proposed corporate taxes. I know this administration and the executive branch as well as the legislative branch have said, oh, well, you know, it's the small and medium-sized enterprises, the ones that carry the burden of economic growth, let alone economic development. So let's see if that is really true with these proposed changes. The first table that I'm depicting for you here is the proposed corporate income tax changes. On the first column on the left is net income brackets, $0 to $75,000, the first bracket there, to 3 million plus brackets. The second column is the actual marginal tax rate that goes from 23.5% in that very small bracket of 0 to 75,000 up to 37.5%, 3 million plus. And then it's the proposed rates that they are discussing right now, ranging from 17% to 27% to 33% in the 3 million bracket. But notice what I want you to pay attention is the difference in these reductions, proposed reductions in these marginal tax rates. Notice the $0 to $75,000 net income bracket. That's where the PYMEs are, the small sized companies, and their reduction would be from 23.5% to 17% proposed tax rate. That's a difference of negative 6.5%, a reduction of 6.5%. Not bad, huh? But notice this, the next levels of brackets, be it the up to 75,000 through $125,000 bracket, from 33.5% through 17%. It's a reduction of 16.5%. And as we go up the scale, the reductions increase, i.e. the more net income you have, the more the reduction. Isn't that sort of the counter sense of saying we are going to really stimulate the small and medium-sized enterprises? The more reductions, the proposed reductions, should be in those small ones that are supposedly carrying the employment burden and the economic activity. Let's look at this next graph that I'm depicting for you. PYMEs, the small ones, dominate corporate tax returns. In 2019, which is the latest figures that we have from Treasury, the number of tax returns was 43,754. You know how many of those were PYMEs? The small ones, the $0 to $75,000 net income bracket, that was 58%. Close to 60% were these small companies. And they, compared to the 3 million bracket, you can scarcely see it. It's that sliver at the top of that column. And the others, they have more or less remained at the same. But the one that has been growing has been the PYMEs, the 0 to 75,000 net income bracket. The next graph depicts, at least makes it even more graphic, what we depicted in the first table. And that is if 58% of the tax returns were in 2019 were in that 0 to 75,000 income bracket, those are PYMEs, they received the lowest reduction of 6.5%, proposed reduction in their corporate income tax bracket. But the others that do not account for either 30% or 25%, small, they receive the largest reductions in these proposed tax brackets. So again, this is important. This is a reality check. The next one looks at in 2019, in that 15 million tax bracket, how many of those get the tax credits, those income tax, those tax credits, which we don't know what they're really doing in terms of economic activity. We are still waiting for a proper study to tell us how much of those tax credits really are channeled to proper economic activity and not just mere movement, musical chairs from one activity to the next. It's out of total credits of $43.7 million, 62% of that went to that 50 million bracket in terms of their income. $27.2 million they received in these income tax credits. And the PIMEs, the very small one, the 0 to 75,000, you know, it's not even 1%, it's 0.01%. That's nothing. They got just $4,000 in tax credits generated. And then the final graph here is who gets the deductions, the corporate tax deductions. Well, again, it's that tax income bracket of 50 million. 38% out of a total of $19.3 million in corporate tax deductions, 38% were received by that 50 million bracket, and only 3%, the orange segment that you see there in that column, 3% were for the 0 to 75,000 income bracket. So you see, reality check. This is not really a reform redistributing the burden of taxes. If we are really talking about that, let's redistribute that so that the ones that make the less money receive the highest reduction, and the ones that make the most money really get more of their tax contributions. If you like our economic capsule, don't forget to go to YouTube under the voice of Heidie Calero, subscribe to us, and give us a like in those capsules that you like. Remember that this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse, and that the economy is all of us. Thank you.